What if I told you there's a city where a 1300-year-old Buddhist temple sits just a few minutes away from a neon lit robot restaurant? Where you can eat a $5 bowl of ramen that tastes better than anything you've ever had, and then drop into a Michelin-starred sushi counter for the meal of your life. That city is Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo is one of the most extraordinary destinations on the planet, a place where ancient tradition and cutting edge modernity collide in the most beautiful way. Whether you're into history, fashion, food, technology, or just want to wander streets that feel like you've stepped into another world, Tokyo delivers. We're doing a complete tourist guide to Tokyo, landmarks, hidden gems, history, and, most importantly, what you absolutely must eat while you're there. Let's go. Old ukiyo-e woodblock art, photos of Edo-era Tokyo, modern city overlays. Before we dive into where to go and what to eat, let's talk about where Tokyo came from. Because understanding its history makes every corner of this city more meaningful. Tokyo wasn't always called Tokyo. For centuries, it was a small fishing village called Edo. That all changed in 1603 when the powerful warlord Tokugawa Ieyasu established his military government, called the shogunate, right here. Edo quickly exploded into one of the largest cities in the world, a sprawling, organized capital of samurai, merchants, craftsmen, and culture. For over 250 years, Japan was essentially closed off from the outside world under the Tokugawa rule, a period of remarkable peace, art, and cultural development. Then, in 1853, American Commodore Matthew Perry sailed warships into Tokyo Bay and forced Japan to open its doors to foreign trade, setting off a revolution. By 1868, the Emperor Meiji took power, the shogunate was dissolved, and the emperor moved the imperial seat from Kyoto to Edo, renaming it Tokyo, which means Eastern Capital. Japan modernized at breathtaking speed. Tokyo was devastated twice in the 20th century, first by the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923, and then by Allied bombing raids in World War II. Yet the city rebuilt itself both times with astonishing determination. By the 1964 Summer Olympics, Tokyo showcased itself to the world as a gleaming modern metropolis. Today, Tokyo is home to over 14 million people, 37 million in the greater metropolitan area, making it the most populous city on Earth. And it's still getting better. Let's explore it. Kaminaramon Gate, incense smoke, Nakamisi Shopping Street, five-story pagoda, worshippers at the main hall. Our first stop takes us back in time, to Asakusa, one of Tokyo's oldest and most atmospheric neighborhoods. The crown jewel here is Senso-ji Temple, Tokyo's oldest temple, founded all the way back in 628 AD. Legend has it that two fishermen pulled a golden statue of Kannon, the Buddhist goddess of mercy, from the Sumida River. A local chieftain enshrined it, and over the centuries, Senso-ji became the most visited spiritual site in the world, drawing over 30 million visitors a year. You'll enter through the iconic Kaminaramon Gate, the Thunder Gate, flanked by massive red lanterns and fearsome guardian statues. Walk the Nakamise Shopping Street, lined with stalls selling traditional snacks, fans, kimonos, and Japanese souvenirs. It's been a market street for centuries. At the main hall, you can draw an omikuji, a fortune on a paper strip. If it's bad luck, you just tie it to the rack and leave the bad fortune behind. Love that philosophy. Behind the main hall, the five-story pagoda rises against the sky. It's one of those views that doesn't feel real until you're standing in front of it. Pro tip: go early in the morning, before 8 a.m., to experience the temple in near silence. By midday, it's absolutely packed. Asakusa is also the place to rent a traditional kimono and stroll the old streets like a local from the Edo period. It's one of the most photogenic experiences Tokyo offers. From the ancient, we leap straight into the iconic. This is Shibuya Crossing, and from up here, it's chaos and choreography at the same time. Down below, the Hachiko statue still waits, surrounded by tourists and locals meeting up. But to really see it, you go up. Shopping streets branch out in every direction, packed with energy and people who never stop moving. Shibuya Crossing. If you've seen any footage of Tokyo, you've seen this intersection. When the light turns red in all directions, up to 3,000 people cross simultaneously from every angle. A perfectly choreographed human ballet in the heart of the city. It's been called the busiest pedestrian crossing in the world, and standing in the middle of it is genuinely thrilling. The best view is from above. Head to Shibuya Sky, the open-air observation deck on top of Shibuya Scramble Square, for a bird's-eye perspective that will absolutely blow your mind, especially at night. Right near the crossing, look for the bronze statue of Hachiko the dog. Hachiko was an Akita who faithfully waited at Shibuya Station every day for his owner, a university professor, and continued waiting for nearly 10 years after the professor passed away in 1925. He became a national symbol of loyalty and devotion. Bring tissues? Seriously, Shibuya is also a shopaholic's paradise. Department stores like Shibuya 109 and Tokyo stack fashion floors high into the sky. This is where Tokyo's youth culture is born. Trends start here before they spread to the rest of the world. Shinjuku neon signs at night, Golden Gai alleyways, Kabukicho, Shinjuku Gyoen Park, Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. No visit to Tokyo is complete without spending serious time in Shinjuku, the city's beating, neon-soaked heart. Shinjuku Station is the world's busiest train station, handling over 3.5 million passengers every single day. It has 200 exits. Yes, 200. Get a map. But once you're out, Shinjuku rewards you endlessly. By day, the east side offers dazzling department stores and the huge Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden, a stunning park with French, English, and traditional Japanese garden zones, absolutely magical during cherry blossom season in late March and early April. By night, Shinjuku transforms. East Shinjuku lights up with neon signs and energy drink bars. Kabukicho, Tokyo's famous entertainment district, buzzes with restaurants, arcades, karaoke bars, and clubs. But the real gem for me is Golden Gai, a tiny network of narrow alleyways crammed with over 200 miniature bars, each seating maybe 6 to 8 people. These little lantern-lit holes in the wall are where Tokyo's artists, writers, filmmakers, and night owls come to drink and talk until sunrise. It's one of the most unique bar experiences in the world. Also worth it. Head to the free observation deck on the 45th floor of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building for a stunning panoramic view of the entire city, completely free of charge. Takeshita Street, cosplay fashion, crepe shops, Meiji Shrine forested path, Torii Gate, wedding ceremony if available. Right next door to each other, Harajuku and Meiji Shrine are one of Tokyo's great contrasts, and you should visit both on the same day. Takeshita Street in Harajuku is the epicenter of Tokyo's most wild, creative, and colorful street fashion. From Lolita fashion to cosplay to kawaii culture, this pedestrian street is like walking through a living fashion magazine. Don't leave without trying a Harajuku crepe, freshly made, stuffed with strawberries, custard cream, and matcha everything. They are absolutely absurd in the best way. But just a few minutes walk into the forest and the noise disappears completely. You're suddenly walking along a wide gravel path beneath towering camphor trees, through a massive torii gate made of cypress wood, and into the grounds of Meiji Shrine. This Shinto shrine was built in 1920 to honor Emperor Meiji and Empress Shokin, the emperor who oversaw Japan's dramatic transformation into a modern nation. The shrine itself was destroyed in World War II and rebuilt in 1958. But it stands in a 170-acre forested park that feels completely removed from the city around it. You can write wishes on ima, wooden plaques, and hang them at the shrine. You might even witness a traditional Shinto wedding procession if you visit on a weekend morning. It's breathtaking. The juxtaposition of Meiji Shrine's tranquility and Harajuku's chaos perfectly captures what makes Tokyo so endlessly fascinating. 333 meters, then 634. I've been up both, and here's what hits you. Tokyo Tower gives you the classic view, the one you've seen in every photo. But Tokyo Skytree? You're 350 meters up looking down at everything. Same city, completely different feeling. Tokyo Tower was built in 1958, inspired by Paris's Eiffel Tower, but painted in white and international orange per aviation regulations. At 333 meters tall, it served as a broadcasting tower and quickly became a beloved symbol of Japan's post-war rebirth and economic resurgence. There's something deeply emotional about this tower. It represents a country rebuilding itself and dreaming big. The views from the observation decks over the city are spectacular, and at night, the illumination is gorgeous. Tokyo Skytree is the newer king of the skyline, Completed in 2012, it's the tallest tower in the world at 634 meters. That number wasn't accidental. 634 can be read in Japanese as Musashi, the old name for the Tokyo region. From the Tembo deck at 350 meters or the Tembo Galleria at 450 meters, on a clear day you can see all the way to Mount Fuji on the horizon. It's one of those views that makes you feel genuinely small in the best possible way. The base of Skytree is surrounded by a huge shopping complex called Tokyo Solamachi with over 300 shops and restaurants, worth at least a couple of hours of wandering. This is where the old Edo Castle once stood. At its peak in the 17th century, Edo Castle was the largest castle complex in the world. Most of it was destroyed by fires and wars over the centuries, but the grounds, the massive stone walls, the moat, and the iconic Nijubashi double bridge remain. And their extraordinary Imperial Palace Plaza, Nijubashi Bridge, Imperial Palace East Garden, Palace Grounds, and moat. At the very center of Tokyo, geographically and historically, sits the Imperial Palace, the primary residence of Japan's emperor and imperial family. The palace itself is closed to the general public except on 2 days a year, January 2nd and the emperor's birthday, when the imperial family appears on the balcony to greet the public. But you can walk the sprawling East Gardens, the former innermost grounds of Edo Castle, which are open to visitors and beautifully maintained. Walking these grounds, you're standing on 400 years of Japanese history. This was the seat of the Tokugawa shogunate. Samurai once walked these very stones. It's one of those places where you really feel the weight of history. The wide plaza in front of the palace, Kokyo-gayen, is a favorite spot for locals to jog, walk, and photograph the palace against the open sky. It's a peaceful oasis right in the heart of the city. Odaiba skyline, Rainbow Bridge, Team Lab planets, life-size Gundam statue, Diver City, Pallet Town. If Tokyo's ancient side blows your mind, its futuristic side might short-circuit it completely. Head to Odaiba, an artificial island in Tokyo Bay built on reclaimed land, for a glimpse of the city's vision of tomorrow. Get there via the driverless Eureka Mome monorail, which glides over Rainbow Bridge with stunning views of the bay and city skyline. Odaiba is home to Team Lab Planets, one of the most stunning immersive art experiences on Earth. Created by the Japanese art collective Team Lab, this digital art museum submerges you in rooms of infinite flower fields, luminous water, and mirror universes. It's genuinely hard to describe. You just have to experience it. Book tickets well in advance. It sells out. For something completely different, check out the life-size, fully operational Gundam robot statue, 18 meters tall, outside Diver City Tokyo Plaza. Gundam is one of Japan's most beloved anime franchises, and this statue is a pilgrimage site for fans worldwide. Odaiba also has great waterfront dining, views of the Tokyo skyline and Rainbow Bridge at sunset, and the Miraikan Science Museum. Highly recommended if you're into technology and robotics. Okay, we have saved the best for last. Well, actually the best for the middle of the video, because talking about food in Tokyo might genuinely be the most important part of this video. Tokyo has more Michelin stars than any other city in the world, Paris included. The city's culinary culture is obsessive, precise, and built on centuries of craft. Whether you spend £5 or 500, you will eat extraordinarily well. Let me walk you through what you absolutely must try. Ramen is Japan's great comfort food and an art form. Tokyo-style ramen uses a clear, soy sauce-based broth called shoyu. Delicate, deeply savory, and complex. Look for ramen stalls where you order from a vending machine, take a ticket to the chef, and eat at a small counter in focused, blissful silence. Ikuran Ramen is famous for its solo dining booths. Individual partition seats where you customize your bowl and eat alone by design, so you can fully concentrate on the experience. Sounds lonely, is actually incredible. Neighborhood recommendation. The ramen street inside Tokyo Station has 8 of the city's top ramen shops in one underground corridor. It's a pilgrimage. Tokyo's sushi is simply on another level. The Tsukiji Outer Market, the area around the old Tsukiji Fish Market, remains one of the best places in the world for fresh sushi breakfast. Many stalls open at 5 or 6 a.m., and eating tuna sashimi or uni, sea urchin, at sunrise surrounded by serious sushi chefs is a bucket list experience. For omakase, the traditional chef's choice, multi-course sushi experience, Tokyo has options at every price point, from $30 lunch counters to $300 per person legendary establishments like Tsukibashi Jiro, made famous by the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi. Jiro Ono, who earned 3 Michelin stars, has been perfecting his craft at his tiny 10-seat basement restaurant for over 70 years. Even conveyor belt sushi, kaiten sushi, is excellent quality in Japan. Don't skip it just because it seems casual. Japanese Wagyu beef is arguably the finest beef in the world. The marbling, the intricate fat network running through the meat, creates a buttery, melt-in-your-mouth texture that is completely unlike any steak you've had elsewhere. Kobe beef is the most famous variety, but you can also find incredible Matsusaka and Miyazaki Wagyu in Tokyo. Try it as yakiniku, Japanese barbecue, where you grill thin slices over charcoal at your table, or as a Wagyu steak teppanyaki. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, it's worth every yen. Street food in Tokyo is phenomenal and cheap. Must tries takoyaki, hot octopus dumplings cooked in a special molded pan, topped with bonito flakes, takoyaki sauce, and mayo. You'll find these all over Asakusa and festival stalls. Yakitori, skewered grilled chicken, and vegetables and other proteins over binchotan charcoal. Tokyo's tiny yakitori bars tucked under train tracks, especially in Harajuku, are a perfect dinner stop for a few skewers and cold beer. Onigiri, rice balls wrapped in seaweed, stuffed with salmon, tuna mayo, pickled plum, or dozens of other fillings. Japan's best convenience food. Pick them up from any 7-Eleven or Family Mart. Yes, Japanese convenience store food is genuinely delicious. Tamagoyaki, Japanese rolled omelets, sweet and savory. The sushi version at Tsukiji is particularly famous. Tokyo has fully embraced matcha, the powdered green tea, as both a drink and an ingredient in desserts. Matcha lattes, matcha ice cream soft serve cones, matcha mochi, matcha Kit Kats, a Japanese phenomenon. There are over 300 Kit Kat flavors in Japan, including wasabi, sake, and sweet potato. Nakamura Tokichi and Ippodo are two legendary tea houses where you can sit for a proper matcha ceremony experience. Highly recommended. Finally, you must spend at least one evening at an izakaya, a Japanese pub that serves small plates of food alongside beer, sake, shochu, and highballs. Order edamame, carriage, Japanese fried chicken, gyoza dumplings, grilled fish, pickled vegetables, and keep the drinks coming. The bill will be surprisingly reasonable, and the experience will be one of your best travel memories. Look for izakayas in Shinjuku's Memory Lane, Omoide Yokocho, in the alleyways around Shibuya, or along Yurakucho's legendary yakitori strip under the elevated train tracks. Before we wrap up, a few practical tips to make your Tokyo trip seamless. Get a Suica or Pasmo IC card. It is a rechargeable transit card you tap at every subway and train gate. Tokyo's train network is vast and incredibly punctual. The IC card works on subways, JR lines, buses, and even at most convenience stores. It is non-negotiable. Download Google Maps offline. It handles Tokyo's complex transit system beautifully and will save you constantly. Cash still matters. Japan remains very cash-friendly. ATMs at 7-Eleven and Japan Post are your best friends for foreigners. Learn 3 phrases. Arigatou gozaimasu, thank you very much. Sumimasen, excuse me, sorry. And eigo wo hanasemasu ka, do you speak English? Japanese people deeply appreciate any effort to engage in their language. Best time to visit: cherry blossom season, late March to early April, and autumn foliage, November, are the most spectacular, but also the most crowded. Summer is hot and humid. Autumn and spring are both beautiful. Even winter has its charm. Cold, clear days with Mount Fuji frequently visible on the horizon. Pocket Wi-Fi or SIM card, rent a pocket Wi-Fi router at the airport or buy a tourist SIM. Staying connected in Tokyo is essential. Look, I could spend 100 videos on Tokyo and still not cover everything this city has to offer. It's a place that rewards curiosity, patience, and an open mind. Get lost. Let the city surprise you. Walk down an alley with no plan. Order something from a menu you can't read. Tokyo is a city that takes everything you expect and shows you something better. There is nowhere else like it on Earth. If this guide helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more travel content, and drop your Tokyo questions in the comments. I answer everyone. Until next time, sayonara.